Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day today. So in today's video, we're going to be talking all about Luna 2.0, what has happened to it recently, and where we think the price is going to go to in the near future, with some key price levels and some trades we're looking to make. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. And of course, if you appreciate the daily analysis on this channel and you're one of the 86% of people that watch my videos that are not yet subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. So without further ado, let's get into Luna 2.0. So, of course, the annotations are now back on the screen, and basically what we have seen throughout the course of the day is Luna 2.0 had a very nice little pump here. Not that much of a pump. It was only a few percentage points in the upwards direction. If we measured that was around 3.5%. But it's put us into quite a critical area here on Luna 2.0, whereby the prices are lying straight in this corner here, joined by these two lines, and these two lines are significant because if we zoom out here on Luna 2.0, you can see that both of them were our support and resistance here on Luna 2.0. Basically, these are important lines because the price has come down to test them as a support and as a resistance multiple times, both these blue lines here, and every single time they bounced off of the support, this blue line here, and they bounced off the resistance up here, and what we saw was the prices plunge below our support in the downwards direction. We went kind of sideways. We had a lot of news yesterday regarding Sam Bankman-Fried getting arrested, and we had Binance being attacked by the media. And now what we've seen is the CPI data come out earlier today. The inflation data came out better than expected, and of course, prices from that pumped in the upwards direction. Of course, we found some serious resistance in this area, but what I am thinking is if the prices of Luna 2.0 are able to break through these lines here, then we can see a large pump in the upwards direction. And right now I'm seeing some kind of pattern that looks like this. So we can actually connect the lows of the price down here. So this is like our second support line. When this blue one here failed, then we've always had this one that's kind of supported the price, as you can see, particularly in this region here. And what this actually kind of forms is some sort of triangle. So just to make it a little bit simpler, let me delete this line there, and what you can see is two lines, these two blue lines that we have now, forming some sort of triangle pattern here. And of course, if we do actually end up seeing some sort of breakout from this triangle here, we could see a pump in the upwards direction here on Luna Classic. In my opinion, of this distance here, the first test of support and resistance, we drag this measuring tool to wherever the breakout could be, and what we could see is $1.85 here on Luna 2.0. That would be absolutely amazing. That would be a 12% pump in the upwards direction there, bringing prices on Luna 2.0 to the highest it would have been since the FTX fallout. So definitely something I'm potentially eyeing up here on Luna 2.0, because we are seeing some sort of clear consolidation where the prices are bound in between these blue lines. And of course, if we do see that breakout, so a breakout being an increase in volume and an increase in momentum, so what we want to see are large green candles, kind of candles that look like this on the charts, as well as an increase in volume. So if I show you the volume down here, what we want to see as prices break through is the volume actually increasing as the prices go higher and higher and higher. And of course, that would be a confirmed breakout, and that's when, if you are trading Luna 2.0, you'd enter the trade for that 12% price target up here at $1.86. So that's something I'm potentially eyeing. And of course, a triangle is a chart pattern that tells us that we're going to see a large breakout, but it doesn't actually tell us in which direction. So although the prices have pumped recently right up to this resistance, what we could actually see is a rejection here completely. The prices head down, back down to our support, and if the prices start to break through the support under the same conditions, so an increase in momentum, an increase in volume, then we'll see the prices head down by a similar amount, 12% in my opinion, taking the prices down to this $1.41 level. Quite convenient, because this is where our line is, our last resort support that prices came down to briefly on the 21st of November. So the fact that the price target on the downside lies at this level kind of adds some credit to it as a price target. So that is always good to see. But again, prices are touching the resistance and not the support. If the prices do come back down over the next few hours, down to say $1.58, then this would be a real consideration. But at the moment, prices are at $1.64, and they look ready to break out through our resistance up here. So kind of bullish stuff here on Luna 2.0. Of course, looking at our wiggly blue line here, the 100-hour moving average, this is a good determinant of trend, and it also shows us where we could find some support and resistance as well. Right now, we flipped above to the bullish side. So, you know, we were in the bullish side in this region here, and when we're on the bullish side of this 100-hour moving average, we typically see it used as some sort of support for the price. So that's really good to see, and I'm keeping my eye on what the prices do with regards to this 100-hour moving average, because if we lose it and head to the downside, that could give Luna 2.0 some bearish momentum. So we really want to stay above this 100-hour moving average in order for us to see some bullish moves into the future here on Luna 2.0. And of course, what we also want to see is what Bitcoin is doing, and that's because Bitcoin is the largest cryptocurrency and therefore it influences altcoins such as Luna 2.0. So if we see some sort of major move on Bitcoin, for example, in the upwards direction, chances are it's going to add a bullish bias onto Luna 2.0. So it's important to do the analysis on Bitcoin when we're investing in Luna 2.0. At the moment, Bitcoin is looking very nice. We've seen a very similar inflation pump there. Of course, we've seen prices go from around 17,000 to near 18,000 here, but they are starting to retrace somewhat, as we can see if we go on the 15-minute chart here. Prices on Bitcoin are starting to head a little bit back. Now, of course, it's normal for the price to retrace a little bit after quite a steep pump like this, both on Bitcoin, on Luna Classic, on pretty much any cryptocurrency that we see. But the key is that we want to stay on the bullish side. So we want to determine what makes the trends bearish or bullish. And on Bitcoin at the moment, what I really want to see are prices, if they do retrace, stay above this rising wedge pattern. So previously on Bitcoin, we had this purple line as the resistance of price here. This was an area where the price really struggled to get above on Bitcoin for the past month, basically. And now inflation pushed the price of Bitcoin above this purple line here. And what we want to do really to stay bullish is to stay above this purple line. So that would set a price target of around 17,530 as the absolute minimum for the price to go to on Bitcoin before I start getting some second thoughts about whether we're bullish or bearish. And also what we want to see is continued bullish momentum here on Bitcoin. So we want to keep an eye on our RSI and on the MACD, and basically we just want to make sure that the values on here are still in the bullish area. At the moment, the RSI is oversold, which is very, very good. This is on the 1 hour time frame, and the MACD also large green histogram bars there, and obviously the value of the MACD line and the signal line are both well into positive territory. So that's always a good bullish sign. But if we start seeing, on the smaller time frames, the momentum running out, we see a crossover on the MACD line and the signal line up here, for example, we start seeing red bars on the MACD, and we start seeing the RSI pop below the 50 value here, then that could be a sign that that the bearish momentum is taking over. Sellers are taking over on Bitcoin, and we could see prices continue to head down into the future. So in essence, we really want to see bullish momentum in order for us to keep some sort of bullish trend here on Bitcoin. And of course, we talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin will have an influence as to what Luna 2.0 does. If Bitcoin struggles to find any upwards momentum, if it starts heading down and retraces the pump that it had through inflation, then of course Luna 2.0 is going to struggle to go in some sort of upwards direction if Bitcoin is crashing. So that's the kind of premise, and that's why we look at Bitcoin when we're kind of gauging whether we're bullish or bearish here on Luna 2.0. And so really those are my post-inflation report thoughts here. Of course, Luna 2.0 saw a nice pump, and now we're consolidating in some sort of triangle. Looking at what Bitcoin is doing, we've broken above this rising wedge bearish pattern into some sort of bullish territory, but we need to stay above 17,530 in order for that to remain. So having said all that, that's pretty much all I have to say on Luna 2.0. Thank you so much for watching. If you do like this content, if you found it helpful, and you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. But otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.